ask the universe, the divine, spirit guides, spirits above and of below. We ask you what is needed to know, what message do we need to hear to guide us through the coming days. Thank you, Spirit. Oh my God. Okay, so a lot came out. That's interesting. They're everywhere. There's no orderly about this. King of Swords in the position of the first card. Okay, that's a upright, powerful card to have. That's what I'm talking about. Justice, okay. The previous reading, I had to calm down before I did this next reading. But justice was in that reading as well. So there may be some similarities. We shall see. Definite balance here. Strong balance. Strong and balanced person. Okay. There's a lot of cards here, so let me make... Okay, the world. Okay, the world we have. The moon. High Priestess. The Queen of Swords. And the Four of Swords. We have a lot of swords out here. There's a lot of mental, communicative energy here. A lot of knowledge. A High Priestess here. The High Priestess with the Queen of Swords. They were next to each other. It was very interesting the way they fell out. They usually don't fall out that way. But they were kind of all over the place. So it's interesting. The world is the one that came upside down. So there is something affecting the world card. Everything else was pretty much upright or a little sideways. So pretty much all pretty straightforward. This world card, I do feel like something is feeling like there may be some stuck energy here. We have the moon as well, so there's definitely some emotional issues here. Again, the last reading was rife with them. I'm not quite feeling the same way right now, but we shall see. But also there's this really intense, like strong pull with these three cards that were next to each other, but definitely feeling some psychic activity coming in, especially with the High Priestess and the moon here. Visions. The Queen of Swords as well. With that on her crown next to her third eye. There's also something about like... So it's not just your intellect, which is very strong. You have a very strong, very capable intellect. You have the Queen and King of Swords here. There also could be these, could be people, could be you, could be another, but also just with these strong air energies here. You're a force to be reckoned with. You're strong. You have a sharp tongue. You know what you're talking about. It's not like you don't know it. You know what you're talking about. You're very smart, intellectual, but also very spiritual. And to me, that she also is the Queen of Swords. She also feels very, very spiritual as well, especially as she came out right next to the High Priestess, and so between the moon and the High Priestess. So there's definitely something spiritual about you. Obviously, you're here. Usually the case. But your psychic facility should be taking off. You really do need to engage with some meditation and some rest. Four of Swords coming out. And if we look to the last reading that I did, rest is very much needed. But also a rest of your mental facilities. So Not overthinking. Again, yeah, you're very wise. You have really strong, but there's something about giving it a rest when it comes to overthinking, overanalyzing, because you don't want to affect this new cycle. There's definitely a new cycle here coming in, but it feels like it could be halted because of a perception. Again, the last reading was about your perception of things. This feels a little bit similar, but it doesn't have the energy I had with the last reading, at least not yet. So that is good. Strong intellect. You did have, I don't know. I think if I were you, possibly if you really resonate with this reading, you may check out the last reading before this that I just did. Because the Justice was here as one of the first cards, just like the last reading, and we had an Adept of Air in the last reading, and there's a lot of air here. So I feel they're related. So if you feel called to check out the last reading, go ahead. I feel like they're possibly very connected. You need to take a rest. A rest from all this thinking that you're doing. This will really help you move forward into this new cycle, which is strong. It's stable. You may not feel 100% stable though. There's some uneasiness. Ooh, Phoenix Rising. Wow. Above the very first card, above the King of Swords. Upright. Face up. Bam. Phoenix Rising. Wow. Yeah. The power within you is strong. You need to cultivate this. You need to summon this up. Summon the fire within you. Summon your will and your desire. So, yes, use your intellect, but also when things start getting a little bit too much, and when you start thinking about the wrong things, it's time to engage with your fire energy. You have very strong magic. You should probably be working more right now. More rituals. More spell work. There's something about really connecting with a really intense ritual for the self-affirming ritual that'll be very beneficial for you right now and really help you get in line with who you are. Ooh, await the night. Okay, so await the night. So I'm sorry, I saw a flash over here and I'm not quite sure. Maybe something out of the corner of the eye. Anyways, await the night. She's a vampire and she's ready because that's her time, right? So it's your time and you're getting ready to embark on this. So this is kind of like you're getting ready, all right? Don't let it hold you back. Embrace this. There's also here with this coffin, you think of death, but you think of the vampire as undead. So you get like this kind of rebirth, death and rebirth kind of feel to it in this new world of the night. Okay? There's something there. Something must die and be reborn in your life. There is definitely a rebirth here. A rising. The black unicorn. You're very powerful. You're not afraid of your shadow side. You're not afraid to be dark. And that's good. Embrace this. I'm also getting this dark power right now. Dark power. The Knight. You're honoring this within you. This element within you. That's really tapped in to that darkness. Your inner shadow, which leads to the light. Let me see. Okay. Alright, I just had to look because there's a coffin here. And in some decks, the Four of Swords also has a coffin, but I'm not seeing that here. Let me just double check. I'm only seeing the swords. Yeah, it's elevated on swords. But anyways, so that something definitely needing to die in order to come out new and more powerful. You're gonna be more powerful. Oh yeah, you're gonna be really. What did I say about summoning that spirit, that phoenix rising? Summon this up. You're gonna summon up the strength to push on and move out fearlessly. Because there's no fear in these people. The vampire, with the phoenix rising. She don't look very fearful to me. You know, this pushing forward. Also, too, with the strong energies of the Queen of Swords and the High Priestess together. Also, the Knight could really play an important part as the days get days get warmer and nights get warmer. You may be out in the night more as time goes on, depending on where you're at, depending on your location, of course. So the Knight could play an important role. Prayer. Gothic prayer. So pray in the way that you feel most comfortable, or spell work, or chant, or however you connect with this type of prayer energy. There also could be mourning here. There was mourning in the last card. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fire dragon. Yeah, there's some mourning and some praying and some connecting to the divine. And then there's the fire dragon. Fire being important. Okay? Very important. Yeah, like I was saying, there's not a lot of fear. There's a lot of strength here. Definitely a lot of strength. Yeah. You're destroying what used to be. What's old, what no longer serves. And through the ashes, you rise as a newborn phoenix. So, yeah. That is really great. With all this dragon energy. This feels better than the last reading. Energetically. There's still some of the same elements here, but it feels, yeah, peace. The energy's different. This energy is different. It's more peaceful. It's strong. It's peaceful. It's more assured. Yeah, you might feel like you might not be able to move into the next cycle as soon as you would like to, or you may feel at times off balance when it comes to your new beginning, but the new beginning is here. And maybe it's an abrupt new beginning because of the movement of the card. So it could be that. Either way, new beginning is here. It just depends on how it arrives. Confidence, yeah. It's a more confident read. It's more peaceful. It's strong. You're confident. Okay? You're feeling better about yourself. Yeah. You feel better about yourself. You feel better about what you're walking into, what you're going into. There's something about going into something, putting yourself out there. Yeah, putting yourself out there. It definitely feels bold. Serene. Yeah, this does feel... I don't have the same feelings I had. I took a break. I called to do another reading. But the last reading was a bit much. And this reading is very different in the way I'm feeling it on the inside when I read. It's very peaceful. It is very serene. You need to get into this state with this Four of Swords, with this rest. Get into this serene state. And from there, you can be really, you can get in touch with your strength. You know, once you're calm and at peace, and you can be in calm and peace and be strong at the same time. But you do need to get in touch with this peace. The healer, yeah. This is healing for you. This is the way you need to look at it. It would be very healing for you. Your perspective has changed. Your perspective has changed. Feeling different. You're feeling more confident. You're feeling like you have a better view of things than you did before because you've taken the break, because you've rested your mind, and you've let yourself emerge in a different way. Being a different person. A new you. Oh, magic and manifestation. Yeah, I told you that there was a lot of power in this read. Yeah, magic and manifestation, for sure. Could be manifesting with another person as well. Regardless, magic is definitely here. You're going to be summoning up a lot of strength within and connecting to a lot of forces within and without to help you, right? We got the High Priestess, remember? Magic and manifestation. Yeah, this is a lot of strength. Anything else? Just take the time to do the work. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're going to be so strong after this. So strong. I really feel that it would behoove you to read, to watch the last reading. Because I feel like in succession they must be watched. Because there is a succession here. There's what you were feeling before and what you're going into now. Yeah, you're going to be super strong, super powerful. Like, do you really want to, I don't want to really mess with you. Like, you're a force to be reckoned with. Like, all these cards are so super strong. You're definitely doing well. And you're peaceful, too. You're strong, and you're peaceful, and you're serene. What? And you're confident? Yeah. Okay? Yeah. Do the work. I would engage with, again, like I said, your own little ritual for summoning up the fire within. I feel like that will be very powerful for you right now. To do a ritual that connects you with how powerful you really are and how to manifest and how to bring up this willpower from within you and really bring it out into the world for your manifestation. So with that being said, Peace.